Okay, to sew on a button, first you're going to start with a piece of thread that's about 24 inches long. Thread it through your needle and then double it so that you have a double thickness of thread. At the bottom of the thread, you're going to bring both those ends together. Take and lick the end of your index finger and roll it around your finger once, and then just roll that off the end of your finger. And between your finger and your thumb, you're just going to pull that back till you get this nice big knot at the end. Take your piece of fabric and you're going to make just a little stitch right in the center, because we're going to hide that knot in the middle of our fabric there. So you can see I've taken a stitch there. You can see my knot there. I'm going to take the button, I'm going to lay that right over the knot, and I'm going to bring my needle up through the first hole of my button and then place that button over the knot that I just made. Then I'm going to back down through the other side, and as I get close to the end there, I'm going to grab a pin and I'm going to slide a pin underneath here. What that does is it holds that a little bit higher so that it makes room for a shank on the bottom side of the button, which we'll do at the end. Now we're just going to continue to go around the button several more times, or go between the one hole to the other. So just pull those around, pull that up, back down, pull it tight around that pin, both threads, back up. Usually like to do 4 or 5 times at least to get a good hold on it. Make sure those are pulled nice and tight. Okay, we'll go one more time just to make sure it's secure. And then on the last time, I'm going to just pull it to the back of the button, not all the way through the fabric. And I'm going to pull that tight. I'm going to pull out my pin, and then I'm going to take and I'm just going to wind this around on the inside to make a shank, they call it, so it's a little bit tighter. Once I've got the shank done, then I'm going to take it the rest of the way through the fabric to the back side of the button. So then I turn it over on the back side, and I'm going to finish the stitch off by pushing it through underneath those stitches that I just took. And before I pull that, I slip it underneath or through that loop and then pull it tight through there. And sometimes you have to be a little careful, or when you've got those double layers, it'll get caught in a knot before you want it to. So as I pull that through, you can kind of see how that makes a knot. Usually it's a good idea to do that, I always think about 3 times. So take it through there where the loop is, pull that tight, and one more time just to be safe. If you catch a little of the fabric, that's okay too, just makes it a little more secure. Pull that through the loop, pull that tight. Once you've gotten that tight, you can clip your thread off, and your button is neat and securely sewn on.